So
let's go to the Dutch.
I fire my guns.
Yosemite Sam it up. Now where to?
The inn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you did see it on your way into town, the Moment of Zin. And you can make your way in the wagon. Shut up, Mike. You can make your way in the wagon to that side of town pretty quickly. It only takes maybe about 5 or 6 minutes of riding over there. We are going on like 1:30 at this point, so you can still see the sign outside pretty well lit up. Again, this is a nice-looking establishment. Probably the nicest you've been to as far as inns go to this point, although the one in Falstock was also pretty solid. But even from the outside, everything looks clean, well-kept. Like there's a garden in the front that has like exquisitely kept flowers, and not a single thing is out of place. And it strikes you very quickly that this is sort of like the commonality of this town. Everything is like in alignment and well placed together and seems to fit. Nothing's like, no hairs are out of place. Heading inside, parking cart outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, parking. Testian's the only one who took damage from that fight earlier, isn't he?
No, Isaac did.
Isaac's the only one who took that? Alright, before we go in, I'm gonna pat him on the shoulder and give him like 14 HP or 15 HP worth of lay on hands.
Okay.
I just kind of like smile wearily and pat you on the shoulder.
It's a shoulder pat off. Okay. On the inside, it's weird. So you haven't seen too many people about the town, right? On the inside of this, though, the nightlife is still going pretty strong. And despite the fact that it is going on 1:32 in the morning, there are dozens of people in the downstairs area of this place. A lot of them sipping on different glasses of wine as you enter. You can see across this place, there's just this deep red color that permeates the interior. The wood that makes up these table and chairs is like a deep, almost mahogany-ish red. There's different like banners and tapestries lined up across the ceiling that give this nice like reddish look with angled ends at the tip. Even some of the tablecloths have like this white and maroonish burgundy kind of look to them. Everything here is thematically on point, and like it fits the city's theme as far as you understand it to this point perfectly.
I cast Detect Magic.
Okay. Point squarely at Karash, and nothing else within your either 30 or 60 foot. I don't remember which, but in either case, nothing else appears to be like an active magic effect in the area.
Okay.
Tessian will approach the bar, or whoever looks like is, if we needed a room, whoever that is.
There is a person who seems to be thrust into double duty at this particular hour, who is tending the bar, and also seems to be the only point of contact for that. There's another person going around serving drinks and stuff, but the bartender seems to be the person to go to. And she is a succubus. Just kidding, she's not a succubus.
Oh, fancy that.
Oh, dang, they run all the bars here? Well, we messed up.
The Barkeepers Guild is all succubi.
She's actually a tiefling. And as such, she has sort of like this... the area behind the bar is raised enough that she can sort of still tend to it, but you kind of approach and she's got this fiery red hair, and she looks a little bit exasperated as you guys approach the bar.
I mean, I still do anyway.
All right. She kind of looks up at you wearily, and she says, newcomers, what can I get you for?
And Tessian's like, how many rooms are available?
Well, we're pretty full up tonight, but I think we have at least 3 free still.
And he said, well, how much a night for the evening?
Well, depends on if you're going to be staying more than one in a room, I suppose, and I guess you'll have to with your setup, but even so, it'll be 10 gold for the 3 rooms if you want them.
Yeah, he'll pay her 10 gold, 3 rooms.
Anybody gonna give him grief, or are you all tired enough that
Party
you're actually okay
fund.
with this? Yeah.
I mean,
Don't care.
I will tell Tessian that I don't need one of the rooms, that I can stay out with the wagon if there isn't any space, but yeah.
Tessian just sort of figures we'll figure out who's sleeping where, but 3 rooms will settle enough for all of us, so.
That
I'm very
cat,
tired, so I'm just kind of like, eh.
that cat is under the sheet.
Yes, she is.
So she gives you keys to the room, and she also tells you that people who stay there as part of the package get a free glass of their distinct Pinot Noir if anybody wants a quick drink before bed.
Yes.
I immediately shake my head, and I'm gonna, like, kind of stay back from the counter.
Tessie don't have one.
I'm gonna say I'll see you in the morning, and I walk outside to the wagon.
I shall abstain. Thank you, though.
I'm gonna walk out with Isaac, actually.
Before everyone scatters, I'm gonna ask the shard to detect magic on my drink.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Seems like really nice alcohol. No magical source to it, at least in this case.
I'm traumatized. Okay. Like this is.
I sense
Yeah,
nothing
okay.
distinct about it, Grail.
Okay.
On my
Thank you
way
very
out,
much, Mr. Shard.
I asked Grail to find me later before she crashes for the night.
All right.
Booty call. Now that I know the alcohol is safe, I'm gonna get hammered because we're
Good.
gonna try and recreate the earlier experience I had where I got hammered and was given a vision by Cord, and I'm terribly bright sometimes.
All right.
Good.
Well,
Well.
you guys, Tessie and Grail, you both get your free glass. A good size, too. Like, they're not skimping on the free sample that comes with the room. Karash also gets a glass of wine, and as you guys are sipping yours, and it's very, very good, you see Karash has already downed his first one. Sharp, what are you up to? As Len and Isaac head outside, these three are drinking. Just gonna chill.
What is it exactly you all do for recreation?
Well, she's again, she looks tired if nothing else. It looks like it's kind of like the end of a shift, and she's, she doesn't seem put off by the question, but she's like this quiet sigh of like, I've led a long day. But she says, well, people around here like to get drunk. It's one of the main things they seem to do. We have a couple of different shops that are also distinct in the alcohol that they sell, and a lot of people around here make their money by making a name for themselves in the spirits business by selling good libations. We also have a large library that people enjoy reading, sometimes while sober, sometimes while not. And occasionally we have like a large stage area where we'll have traveling musicians come through, or people from around the town will sometimes go up and play, but that probably won't see anything this time of night. In fact, for the most part, when you're in Harnstead, since I'm assuming you're not from around here, I haven't seen you before, I would just say don't be out and about too much at night if you can avoid it. There's not a hard curfew, but for the most part, in the city, we like to try and keep people off the streets when it's not necessary for them to be out there.
Fascinating. And I turn toward Karash, and I think Tessian's still there.
Yeah, and Grail.
And I say, what do you do for recreation?
I take a sip of my wine and set it down. I'm like, I play banjo.
Interesting. Would you play, please?
God, I am really tired, but if no one objects to it, I could play a song or two for you if you'd like.
I would greatly enjoy that.
All right. Okay, so I still have it. Who knows where all the shit it's been through the past few weeks, but
there are times where everybody has a sort of Legend of Zelda pocket that things are just there, and it's fine. It's fine.
True.
As long as it doesn't exceed your weight capacity.
So I'm gonna ask the barkeep if it's okay if I can play some music. I know it's kind of late, so.
She says, well, as long as it's not too loud, and if the customers speak up and say something, then I'll have to ask you to stop, but I don't mind.
Well, hopefully it won't be that bad, but no promises.
Performance check.
Okay. Oh, no, I do a proficiency with banjo. Sorry, just a sec.
You do.
I'm going to order something harder and bigger.
Okay.
I'm going to order alcohol, which is more alcoholic, and then the larger container.
Okay.
He's talking to a genie.
Because at first you were like, I'm going to order something harder and bigger, and I'm like, well, there's just dick jokes waiting to happen here.
Yep. Yeah.
I rolled
13-year-old
11.
brain.
11. Yeah, this is not your best work by any means, but
I am tired.
It's nice. You had a day. you're not necessarily giving it your full attention as your mind kind of wanders absentmindedly, but the patrons in the bar, while first almost offended by the ear rape that is a banjo coming out from the bar area. Yeah, that's right, banjo fans, come at me.
Boom, banjo.
Yeah.
You can see it.
More than anything, they're surprised by the sudden noise. They weren't really expecting like a musical performance, but after a couple of them kind of look your direction, they settle in, once being content with your performance.
Okay.
What kind of song is it? Are you just like, Jane, the
No,
man that... No.
I'm playing a folk tune that I learned. That
Okay.
probably is about Jane.
Is it like slow and twangy, or is it like kind of like upbeat and?
It's a little upbeat because if it's not, I'm gonna fall asleep. So it's yeah.
Okay. Folks on the outside, what you up to?
Well, I'm gonna go pet my donkeys a little bit. Have a nice moment with my donkeys, because I could use some, like, nice nature right now. And then just kind of stand outside and think, look at the stars maybe. Just trying to be a little introspective.
I break your introspection, and I say,
And you're back.
Aren't they mules? They're mules, right?
Oh, I
Not
thought they were
donkeys?
donkeys.
I don't know.
I don't.
Maybe I'm
I just know
made
they're
up
not horses.
They are not horses. They are
That's
wish they
true.
were.
Or nothing.
Maybe they were mules. I don't remember.
They're half mule, half donkey.
I kind
That's
of
A monkey.
pet one apathetically as I ask, have you
Bite you.
Have you given any more thought to where we're going tomorrow?
Not really. I mean, currently well, as it stands, we need to report to the Duchess. See if she'll give us access to the teleportation circle, and we'll presumably travel to Lycidian to assist. What was his name? Dunask. To try to get some information for Dunask.
If that is your decision, I think it's the right thing. I think it's important that we help him, and if today is any indication, maybe we could use a few more practice rounds before we start the Conatus anyways.
Yes, I definitely think that would be wise. We have a lot of learning to do.
Kind of like thoughtfully pet the mule for like a few more seconds, and then just kind of like abruptly turn and walk to the back of the wagon.
Okay. Inside, folks, Grail, as you've been playing and testing, you've just been kind of enjoying the ambiance, and Shard, you're keeping an eye on things. Karash is already now 4 drinks deep, and they were larger than the first one by a considerable margin. Karash, go make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
I give a key to Grail, by the way, for a room.
Oh, thanks.
It's his room.
A 9.
Yeah, this is already hitting you pretty hard. Maybe because you feel tired, maybe because this was a long day, but maybe it's because you didn't finish your dinner because everybody, burst up from the table. But it is hitting you a little harder than you expect.
So I feel at least as drunk as I did when I was in my last drinking competition.
Just about as, yeah. But
Okay.
like 3 or 4 drinks earlier.
Okay. I mean, that's the goal. So I'm gonna keep drinking until I hit that, and then either ask for help or stagger up to bed.
Tessin would help you. He's got a key, and he's going to give you a key to a room.
Okay.
Since everyone else split, so.
Okay.
Crash, what do you do for recreation? Tell me.
Just,
Mr. Shard is really interested in this.
I don't really do anything now. I mostly worked on a boat. But before that, I would fish. And this is all in Draconic at this point because I'm hammered sufficiently and he knows Draconic. And I used to swim, and I used to teach the youngs how to fish. I used to make sure the old guy down the street was fed because he was old and nobody liked him and he needed food. And yeah.
I start playing banjo again.
Interesting. Are you going to be well?
Yeah, probably.
I think it's time you stopped, Karash.
Almost.
As you like.
One more.
Was that all in Draconic?
Yeah, presumably.
I'm going to kind of lean over to the shard and say, is he all right?
He gave me a very punctuated description of what he used to do in his former life.
Oh, then that's more than what I know about him.
I used to fish.
Oh, well, that I actually did know. He taught me to fish, to spear fish.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Isn't that
best
right,
kind.
Crash?
The best kinds.
Absolutely.
They used to call me deep diver because I could dive deeper than anybody else in
Is
the
that
whole
so?
clan.
Oh, Crash, that is
Mm-hmm.
that's something. So why don't you head to bed now?
I'm one more.
I think you're good. I think you're just fine. I think you're perfect the way you are, Crash. No? Okay.
Yeah, before you even have a chance to try and stop him, he's already drinking the last drink.
Okay. I tried.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish what I have, and then I'm done now.
I turn to the shard and I say, do you need help getting him up to his room? Are you...
I got it.
I think
I'm
it'd be
gonna go.
appreciated, yes.
Okay. Come on, Crash, let's go.
I'm going.
All right. So I'm going to kind of try to hoist him up a little bit. He's a big dude, but yeah, with the shard's help, I'm sure we can do something.
Okay.
Such a shame. You had to end your performance so early.
I know. Well, duty calls. Got to help Crash. I'm going to come back down here afterwards, though.
I would like that.
Tessian motions to the shard and tosses him a key to one of the rooms. So that's the second key.
I'll catch it.
Will you?
It hits me in the forehead. And I am despondent.
I do not accept this gift.
So Grail and the
Alright.
shard help Karash up to one of the rooms, and when you unlock it, you do see there are 2 beds inside. So there are 6 between the 3 rooms.
I'll drag a chamber pot or a bucket over underneath where his mouth is.
Okay.
So I take it you're going to stay on the second bed with Karash?
Oh, maybe later.
Okay.
I don't think he'll be very agreeable at this moment.
No, I think he's pretty dead to the world. By design, I think. He did this on purpose.
And I'll leave the room and lock it after Grail gets out.
Grail's in there with a drunk Karash. All right.
Enjoy!
No, he snores.
Anything but this!
So you guys head out. Karash is already asleep on his bed.
Wow. All right.
Didn't even say my prayers.
Gonna have them sweet, sweet visions. Maybe.
Grail, did you know
Alright.
that music is in fact the most beautiful form of art in creation?
I did not know this, but I do quite love music very much.
I'm fond of it as well.
Are you? You know, I don't really know a whole lot about you. I mean, I didn't even think you were a person that you could even enjoy something like that. I'm sorry. It sounds rude. I know, but you kind of confound me a little bit.
I will not take offense.
Thanks.
I am one of 2 ancient swords. The other was Phonos, the name meaning change through creation. I am Demnos, change through destruction. 2 sides of the same coin, which is why we all enjoy music. An art form that is simultaneously created and destroyed in the same instant.
And that kind of takes me back, actually. and I'm kind of like, that's oddly beautiful. I never thought of music like that. I've just always enjoyed the sound. But when you put it that way, that's powerful.
Yes. Well, I urge you to keep playing.
Thanks. I intend to. My banjo is very important to me, and I cherish it very much. This sounds strange, but do you play instruments?
Sadly, I retain the aptitude of whatever body I'm in. Glendale was not very good with any instrument.
Oh, I was gonna hand you my banjo to see if they were, but
I wouldn't
guess
mind
not.
trying.
Okay, I trust you. Yeah, I hand it over to him. I guess we're going back to the bar. Because I know Isaac wanted to meet up with me anyway, so that's a good spot. But yeah, I hand it over to you.
Okay, make a performance check with disadvantage.
16.
Oh,
Jesus.
Better than you.
yeah, he's better than me.
In a relative sense, yeah. So it starts with him just kind of picking out a few notes, and he kind of quickly picks up on the idea that, okay, so I can play these in this order, and it kind of produces that, and not entirely sure what song he's playing, but it sounds like music. It doesn't sound like somebody just kind of hitting certain notes, like plucking at the occasional like weird string of chords or whatever. You're surprised at his aptitude.
I kind of like clasp my hands together as I'm listening, and I'm really like I'm impressed, and I kind of go quiet and I'm kind of grinning as I watch him play.
And you hear this as well, Tessian, because they've come back out to the bar.
Yeah, Tessian tries to find like the most charismatic or attractive single-looking woman in the bar, and he's just trying to flirt with her.
Okay.
Single looking?
Hey, baby. She
This
has
is
no ring.
Yes.
She is
Tessian's
not
release.
talking to anyone.
There is a raven-haired female elf at one of the tables that kind of catches your attention because you're sort of stealing glances at her over time, and she's with somebody, but it's another female, and they don't appear to be accompanied by anybody else, and you're kind of getting the vibe that, yeah, she might not be seeing anybody, and I don't know if you want to head over and strike up conversation, but...
If anything, just, yeah, because she's an elf, so that's interesting. They tend to live pretty long. So yeah, he'll chat with them.
Okay.
Do a flirt check.
Yeah, what the hell? Make a charisma check.
Persuasion or raw charisma?
Raw charisma. Unless you're trying to persuade them to do something, in which case we're going to have a whole other conversation.
Oh, dear.
It's going to be, please don't make me roleplay this.
That's a critical. That's a 20.
Holy
So 20,
shit!
23.
All right.
Tessian doesn't fuck around.
We found the one
Actually,
thing.
it sounds like he does now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her clothes are already off.
Today's events are not weighing heavily on Tessian.
He needs to get off
This is
some
how
anguish.
he copes, okay? Everybody has their mechanisms. You absentmindedly pet mules, and he does another kind of petting.
Yeah.
The heaviest kind.
You know,
Jesus.
in the very beginning, they seem a little bit off-put by somebody else looking to join them, mostly because it's kind of getting late in the night, and they're not really looking for outside conversation. But laying on the charm pretty heavily, you are able to quickly strike up conversation with both of them. But she in particular does seem to like hang on your words as you're talking to her, and there's definitely like a lot of eye contact.
I mean, in summation, he's pretty much going to try to, bring her up to his room or whatever, see how far things go. At the very least, get her name, kind of see where she's
Sharing
at.
a room?
He got 3 rooms for a reason.
3 rooms. I
Hey.
don't think he's given his key to anybody else yet, so Lena said she'd sleep outside.
Clearly, Grail never shared a dorm room in college.
Mm-hmm.
No, she never went to college.
Besides, there's 2 beds in that room. It could be a Dick Van Dyke Show kind of situation. You don't
Oh
know.
my god.
You don't know.
Wow.
Okay. Grail, Shard, anything else?
I just want, like, whenever he finishes with what he's doing, I'm gonna just be like, that sounded incredible, honestly. You have more aptitude than you think. It's gotta be the way that you described music. It must be, like, from your soul or something. I'm kind of speechless, honestly.
Oh, thank you. And I'll hand her back the banjo.
Aw. Yay! It's cute!
I was like, here comes the natural run, and there goes one of the banjo strings. Instead, yeah, ponk.
Oh, it's cool.
What is this? Into the fire.
Destruction.
I'm sorry, but this must be this way.
This has a crazy solo and then just stave smashes.
Just gets too into it. He has
I
to
love
destroy what he
it.
loves. It's what he does.
I love it so much.
As you guys are having this conversation, you do notice that Tessian and his female companion seem to be going upstairs to the room area.
Oh my god. I'm gonna be like looking at them. I'm gonna look at the shard and kind of like track my eyes over to where they're going to see if he like is seeing what I'm seeing.
I think they mean to procreate.
And I laugh very heartily at this. I'm like, my word, Tessian. He's got it. He's got it. I have a thing or two to learn from that man.
It's called roll a 20.
Which I'll never do, apparently. I'll just do complete crit fails, so...
The elixir for what ails you.
You know, I've got that filter of love if you just need a cheat, you know.
That's true, I might. I don't think I have any charisma, so... Well...
Folks outside, anything different, or are you good at this point?
I
Isaac
am
just waiting for Grail.
I was going to go over this when she comes out, but I'm drawing a map of the region around us into the dirt with my rapier.
I'm sitting in the wagon with my head in my knees.
Oh, what's
I am
that?
weeping openly.
What a disparate set of outcomes for the evening.
I know.
So, a few more minutes, maybe another hour passes. You're just kind of enjoying the room, having another drink or two, enjoying talking to the shard. But eventually, I don't know what the shard wants to do when this is done, but Grail, you're going to head outside, I imagine, yes?
Yeah.
So she makes to go meet up with Isaac, shard.
Mind the curfew. I'll go upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Have a good night. I wish him good night. And I kind
as
of
well.
I'm kind of enamored of him. Like, I thought we bonded really well, and he just fascinates me. So I kind of just like leave, but I'm kind of just like thinking about him. Not like in a weird way, just like.
Well, it wasn't going to be weird till you said it that way.
I know. I
Now it's
realized
weird.
that. But
I cast Detect Thoughts. No.
I'm just like excited by this like strange kind of dynamic with this additional person. So anyway.
Okay, you head outside into the quiet streets. It's going on 2:30 in the morning.
God.
And outside, you can see Isaac and Lena.
So I approach and I kind of like wave, and I'm like, how are you guys doing?
I have something I want you to look at. Actually, I don't even say that. I say, I point to the ground in the dirt and the map. And Chris, you're going to have to help me here. And I
boy.
say, so Holden left the hideout about 36 hours ago, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
That's correct, right?
Yeah.
So far, left yesterday.
Yeah, you don't know when
Guessing,
yesterday,
yeah.
but around there, that's a reasonable guess.
I think it's reasonable to assume he was going on a carriage. I think that's a good estimate. He certainly, as a leadership of the Blades, is not walking.
Or on a horse, yeah.
Yeah. So that puts him about here, and I point to where that is, which is where?
If you're looking just due west, there's a mountain range in that direction.
What? So if he went west on like a road, is there a main road, and where does that road go?
There is not a main road to the west.
Interesting.
Now, there's a couple things that are notable in that direction. To the northwest is Harnstead.
Right.
To the southwest is... make a history check. You don't know this side of the mountains that well, but it's not impossible for you to know about this.
19.
There is another town over there, much smaller than Harnstead, but there's one that's to the southwest as opposed to the northwest. Due west, almost directly west, is what heads into the Penella Pass, and that's what goes up into the mountain range where the Shrine of Zenithra is located. And even from the understanding that you had from Cavis, most people don't go up that way. At least, at the very least, they're not going there to stop there. They're going there to pass through. But it's not like a place where someone would go to stay. They would go to get to the other side of this part of the continent that way.
But that would be like still a couple. So it's west, and then you go up, but that's like weeks away. Oh no, that was Lycidian itself.
Yeah, that's Lycidian. The mountain pass is maybe 2 days travel, and that's on like card. If he has some other faster means, could be a day.
What would he be doing at the shrine other than passing through? But if he's passing through, where is he going?
These are my thoughts as well. I
Going anywhere.
suppose tomorrow we can ask around for if he's been seen at Hahnstead. I would guess no.
I would also guess no, but
Suppose he could be southwest. What was the name of that town?
I did not say it.
Oh, okay.
It is... I'll get back to you. Keep going.
Okay. He could be here, and there's no way of knowing, or he could be going through the shrine of Zenithra.
He's always like 10 steps ahead of us. It's
Now,
frustrating.
obviously, if we take the teleportation circle, we are going here, and I point to where Lycidian is, which is way north?
Way west.
Way west. Way west. But that obviously, even if he were headed there for some reason, that's puts us weeks ahead of him. My question is, what do you want to do next?
If we had a location, an actual spot to know to go next, I would honestly probably think about leaving the group to go find him, but we don't. The answer is we don't know. We could put a pin on any spot here on this map you created, and then he could be there. He could be somewhere completely different. He could have looked like he was going west, and then he went east. I mean, who knows? And I think he's lost again. It's like a needle in a haystack, and I think we should just set out to complete what we said we were going to do. And go from there. And honestly, it kind of seems like wherever we go, he's somewhere nearby. I don't know why that keeps happening, but eventually I think it'll come to a head. Maybe if we stop actively trying to search for him, we'll find him.
I was going to say, take comfort. We were on a mission from some weirdo with a shot in his chest and happened to be a day behind, so...
I know.
Clearly fate has something in store, but you're already there, so I'm glad.
Yeah, I guess I'm coming to terms with it. This day has been overwhelming, and I don't know what to think about his place in the Blades and what that means, and I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know what that boy is doing, and it's really getting to me, Isaac. I don't know what to do.
I understand. We'll try to get some sleep tonight. Hopefully it will be a restful sleep.
Oh, I'm exhausted. I hope so too. And same goes for you. It has been a long day.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about tomorrow. But we have our first steps pretty clear, and we'll just go from there.
That sounds good. Are you staying in the cart? Are you going to go upstairs?
I could use the fresh air. I think I'm going to stay out here.
Are you sure? I mean, a bed definitely beats back of the wagon. And same goes for you, Lena. I kind of call, I do a louder voice to include her. I'm like, I have a key. Tessian gave me a key to a room, and I think there's 2 beds, so...
Well, since I don't need to sleep all that often, I don't mind staying out here. If you'd both like to take the beds, go ahead. I'll be fine. Thank you, though.
Lena and I will watch the wagon. We'll be fine tonight.
Okay. Alrighty then. I'm going to head up, and I'm going to get some shut-eye, so have a good night.
All 3 of you, go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay.
It would have been a disadvantage for Lena, but since you called out to her, it is regular for her as well.
Oh, now Greg gets to sleep in a room that isn't full of extra people.
I'm
26.
using my last luck because whatever.
7. Oh,
7
so
both times. So
Good.
there we go.
It's fate.
and I also got a 7. Lucky number 7.
You're sort of listening to the two of them as they talk, and her calling out to you gets your attention. But they're sort of engrossed in their conversation. Lena, you hear what sounds like shuffling of feet, maybe a few hundred feet away from your current location. It sounds like something running.
Oh.
Well, I'm definitely gonna get out of the wagon and start. I'm gonna try to signal to Isaac and Grail and say, I hear something. It sounds like someone's running, and so I'm gonna go in the direction of where I'm hearing the feet.
I'll look at Grail real
Footfalls.
quick and then start running behind.
I'm gonna go behind the cart and grab my dagger. I'm gonna grab a dagger.
The footsteps, as you're listening to them, Lena, especially with a roll that high, they're not getting closer. They're also not getting farther away. If anything, it sounds like something is running at a distance that's sort of set away from you, but at an even distance to where they're not going to be, if that makes sense. Am I describing this well enough?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I go in that direction?
Yeah, you can head that way
Okay.
for sure. You have a beat on which direction it's coming from, but instead of it's not coming towards you, and it's not moving away from you. It might be moving parallel or in this sense, I guess it's sort of perpendicular. You know what I mean, though? It's out there at a distance, but it's not really getting louder or softer.
Okay.
Um,
I'm in pursuit.
Okay. Well, after I hear that and the initial panic of a thing kind of transpires, I'm also I'll round the back and then follow them.
Okay. As you guys start to run in that direction, it does appear to get a little bit louder, and you hear in the distance a voice that says, "Don't do this! Stay back!"
Oh shit.
It sounds like it's maybe 60 or 70 feet ahead of you around a corner.
Does the voice in any way sound familiar?
Yeah.
No, it does not.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep running. No, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna just keep running.
Okay. As you guys round this corner, you get a look at what is essentially an alleyway behind a series of houses. And looking down the alleyway, you see a man. He's currently standing over another man. There is
No!
a blade being extracted from his
Oh my
stomach
god.
Fuck!
with blood dripping off of it down at the tip. There is a man crumpled on the ground, not moving as far as you can tell, at least from this distance. And as you look down the alleyway, Grail, you recognize the second person here, not the voice that was heard. But at the
Oh
very
my
least, from all
God.
appearances, that is your brother Holden.
Holy shit!
And that is where we will end this session for the night.
Oh my god.
So,
That
Next time,
asshole!
with Crash in a coma, and only 3 of our party down here on this particular investigation, as Tessian investigates something else, we will see what comes of this moment, what it means for Grail and everybody else involved, and what they want to do the following morning once this is all dealt with one way or the other. So thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye!